Welcome everybody to Kernels of Mystery. Before we jump into tonight's game, I'd like to tell you a bit about how this all worked. Before we recorded every single one of our games, we would draw 3 cards from 1985 Games' deck of stories, pulling out 1 card for each of the letters in their orc system: opener, rising action, and climax. I would then give my players about 10 minutes to do whatever they needed, while I try to take the prompts and create something of a coherent story from them. Tonight's stories is deck of stories 1, 2, and the Hell Booster. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. We begin our story, as usual, in the town of Europa, in the middle of an art festival. For the past week, the main thoroughfare, like Main Street, has been filled with stalls from students of all ages, people from outside of town, just showing their works of art, from paintings and sculptures to even stained glass and other form and other mediums. Even some performing some variations on classical music. Any form of artistic expression is welcome. Papa Niblets even has some artisanal pizzas in the shape of townsfolk. They're wonky, to say the least.
Question: when you say artisanal pizza in the shape of townsfolk, are we talking like pancake art sort of pizzas?
More or less.
You can only do so much with pepperoni and black olives.
It is Papa Niblets. They have a reputation to maintain.
Mostly smiley faces with corn.
We find pretty much the whole town is there. From the people interested in the works of art, to the usual gaggle of stupid teens and bullies looking to see who they can mess with, but not actually interfering with the art itself, as, let's just say, the mayor, Darcy's dad, has made sure that a certain degree of protection is in place. And in the past year, the town has had some strange episodes, and trying to get this art event going without too much issue. Have a normal one for once. Where do we find our dear characters? Let's start with Wendy. Where do we find you on this event?
Amongst all the artwork, is there any that is either interactive or art in motion, so to say?
There are some showings of the group's other friend, who's an independent filmmaker, showings an independent film in an old classic black and white style, silent, the type where they speak and then the text appears on screen. Very authentic. There are video games from the local high school. There have been, the computer science club has been building. It's a small platformer, but it shows promise for, being from a group of high schoolers. And yeah, there are a few like postmodern art exhibitions that include audience participation in some way.
Well, the film is going to be saved for later, but the sort of like the postmodern stuff that where you can is especially if it's something you can as an exhibit go into and become a part of it. That's really intriguing to her, so she's going to be there.
Make a brains roll for me.
Oh,
I'm going to put the difficulty of this one at 5. Low number for someone as bright and attentive as Wendy.
There's a D12. There's a D12.
Brains was your highest.
Second highest. Still, that's an 11.
You're looking around and you find that there is a section of the exhibit, well, of the art show in general, that is drawing a lot of attention. People are moving towards an alley that just says Werner's Gallery. The name sounds familiar. He is a local artist. You went to school with him. You know that he was one of those unfortunate to have to deal with being a nerdy, arty student in high school.
Yep.
And let's just say that for the duration of his tenure in high school, no one ever called him Werner. They called him Wiener.
Oh boy.
But this seems to be his opportunity to showcase his skills.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually see him handing some flyers out at the entrance of this alley. He looks a bit haggard. Mm-hmm. He's always wearing, tattered, baggy clothing, very much an emo style attire. And he does seem to have something of a sullen attitude, even in this situation. Do you approach or do you continue looking around other places?
Definitely approach. Take a flyer and just, before looking at the flyer, just ask, hey, how's it going?
He looks at you, and there's a moment where you see that his eyes are a bit unfocused.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Oh, sorry, didn't recognize you for a moment. Everything's good. People have been coming by, and they seem to be enjoying what I have here on show. Yeah. It's very special.
It's just, I'm glad you're finally, showing yourself. Seems cool."
I can only be thankful for the opportunity.
Oh. I can't wait to see what you've cooked up.
Step on in.
And when he does step in.
Where do we find Darcy? Would Darcy be already in there?
Oh.
Or is she at the Papa Niblet stand attempting to make some townsfolk's poor image?
Yeah, I think she's on break. Yeah, she's had a couple hours of trying to capture the town folks, and they don't seem to appreciate her efforts. No, because listen, your face is round. That's why it's a circle. It looks just like, okay. Hey, Pop, I'm gonna take my half-hour lunch. I know it's
you have received 3:30. You have received only one genuine compliment. Even though the result was wonky as hell. And it was from, let's call her Mama Moonbeam.
Oh, yeah.
Sage's mom being the usual, happy hippie.
Yeah.
Just delight everyone every time whatever comes out, it just looks just like me. Thank you so much, Darcy.
Oh, really, Mrs. Beam? Okay. Have a Papa Niblet-y day.
Make a charm roll.
Oh no. That's a 3.
That's it. Well, it's something.
It's not her. It's not her.
She just comes to you and just gives you like a very very just short little curt little hug and says, "You're so sweet," and then moves away.
Okay. You know, I think that's when Darcy's like, "Hey, I gotta take a break. It felt worse when someone said it was good."
Fairly
Okay,
certain
yeah,
she was being beyond polite.
yeah, it really took it out of me. It's kind of a bummer. Yeah, I'm gonna go take my lunch. There's some art I want to see, and I think I just gotta walk around a bit. So I could see her having found her way over to the gallery.
Where is Gale then? Stuck to Darcy? Or on his own, venturing around different exhibits?
He was probably hanging around earlier waiting for Darcy and probably just openly being like, "That's terrible. Man, who is that even supposed to be? Is it upside down?"
Really supportive.
No, Gail, I know. I begged him. I said, "This is not a good idea. Let's just do like just do pizza. People buy pizza. You don't have to talk people into buying pizza. People just buy pizza." Oh God. Okay.
And then he'd have been
I
like,
gotta make another one.
Make me, and then would have adored whatever she did.
Okay.
Been like,
I mean,
it's great.
She just,
is my nose really that big?
She just did the banana and olives. She said, "Gail, here you go. I just want you. I want somebody to like something. Here you go." I tried not at all.
I won't lie, and this is not part of the game, but whoever will watch this can hear this. I am actually going to make that pizza soon.
It's our fictional favorite pizza.
Yeah. But when she got busy,
I want to ask something of Gale. It's a question about the past, about high school.
God. Okay.
With Gale's reputation, was Gale a nice person in high school? Or was he a bit of a dick?
I actually like to think that Gale was the kind of quiet kid who kept to himself and wasn't this, he's being a rebel without a clue with a motorbike. He's pretty, everybody knows who he is now. But I feel like August at school would have been like quiet. His parents were always fighting. They didn't have a lot of money. He wasn't exactly like a popular kid. He wasn't clever. So I feel like he would have gotten by on his charms, but also wouldn't have gone out of his way to make a lot of friends. So I just feel like he'd have been that kid that most people might not even remember at school. But he may have had like a few friends. Probably nobody in this current group, but probably some kids that were friends. And then, when he started being this acting out rebel, probably lost those friends pretty quick.
Darcy has taken her break and is now heading towards the exhibit that Werner is putting on. Much like with Wendy, he passes you a flyer, and I will allow you all both to make a brains roll.
Oh no!
If you like, not necessary. Yeah. If you don't want to,
I'm not gonna. My D4 is not gonna cut it anywhere.
Oh, no! Whoa!
The difficulty is 4 actually.
Yeah, no, I don't.
It exploded. My 8 exploded. So now 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This will be the best brains roll she's ever made.
How much did you roll?
Would Gail have known this kid?
Up to you.
You said he was kind of a quiet, nerdy kid as well. I feel like if he
I will tell you, he was fairly heavily bullied. Having said that, Gale was more the quiet kid trying to stay out of the way. Would he have been friends with this kid or kind of avoided him to not be caught in whatever problems he may have.
No, I think Gail would have been that kid that would have like helped him pick up afterwards, like pick up his shit, been like, I hate those guys too, because Gail now is like one of his strengths is protective, and I think that would have come out as he got his confidence, but he didn't have that in high school, so I don't think he'd have stood up to anybody back then, but he definitely would have been there to be like, those guys are assholes, look, let me see if we can fix your glasses, let's do this,
In that regard, I'm going to put your difficulty for this roll at a 3, if you still want to roll.
I mean, I can roll.
You have a more close connection. But from your point of view, Darcy, I see more or less what Wendy saw. You're far too distracted with everything that's going on. Gail, he's just, from what you've seen, you haven't interacted with him too much after school, but it's kind of sullen Werner, as usual. You Darcy, because you roll fairly high.
Nice roll.
He really looks rough. Like someone who hasn't slept in a while, who's been, when people just burning, the candle at both ends.
Yeah,
that's how it looks.
I see.
Like,
you
actually notice him. He's kind of unsteady on his feet.
Hey,
I'll leave it up to you if you knew him or not, or
I think
if it's just one of those cases of Darcy just knowing someone because of her job.
Yeah, I think it's like a delivery thing, and she's like, "Hey, you want a slice? We got some extra slices. I could run back and get one for you. You look a little."
No, that's okay. I just wanna get enough people in so I can do the presentation. Then I'll take a break.
Okay.
Hey man.
All right.
It's been a while.
Hey, Gail.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You sure you're okay?
Yeah, it's just a bit tired. As soon as it's done, I'll be able to take a rest.
You need people to come in?
Yeah. But most people are inside.
I got that. She'll open up the phone, text Sage. Sage, you here?
As he's saying that, you see a group of like four big like jock type guys, not the same, kind of like in the same team as your other friend, but not even remotely the same vibe. Like,
no.
Your other friend is very much a chill footballer. Just
Tommy's cool.
Tommy's just happy.
Yeah,
he's just happy.
He's a happy him.
These are kind of and Tommy Tommy's got scholarships and he's going places, and these are the ones that are not. And they are the ones that seem to be stuck in high school, at least psychologically speaking. And they pass by, take fun, says, "What's up, Wiener?" and just pass through into the alley.
Oh, they say this loudly, like it can be heard.
Yeah, even in the alley, it can be heard. And you have just this is happening very close to you, passing by Werner.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like everybody getting there around the same time. And Sage, you have just received a message from Darcy asking you to come to this exhibit.
And I obviously reply back and be like, "Oh, absolutely," as if I'm going to miss this.
Mm-hmm. As I hear, as I hear the, let's say the mocking comment, the outright continuation of a high school harassment that's just like, really, they haven't let this go.
Darcy, when the comment hits, he goes perfectly still. You don't even see anger on the face, but like the wobble, the unsteadiness just goes immediately. And you see just a determined look on his face. Like the attitude on Werner changes 180 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Darcy will take note of that. I don't know if she didn't do anything. She just go, like just watch.
Gail's Gail's just gonna call after him, be like, "Hey, asshole! It's not his name. Grow up."
Oh, look at this. Yeah. Look. Want to skip this, Augie? Come on, Augie. Skip my arms. Come on, Augie. Come on. Fucking loser.
Like,
If you're going to get a bike, get a proper fucking bike.
You
Fucking
should
wiener.
get a car first, man.
They continue walking, laughing into the alley.
Wendy will have come out at this point. Just wants to put a hand on, let's call him Mr. Comment's shoulders.
Yes.
Like, don't I know you? I know your face. I don't forget people. Right, I remember. You said you were gonna go and be a big old NFL star. You were gonna go places. Aren't you still driving your dad's Beetle?
Make a charm roll. I know. You know what? I'll let you choose between charm, grid. Fuck it. This is gonna be a. No, this is. It's gonna be a charm roll. Let's make it a charm roll because I know that's your strength.
All right.
Yeah.
But this is almost a fight roll.
Yeah.
Don't make me roll fight.
Let's make this a charm roll. I'm gonna put difficulty add.
For what it's worth, I was like, this is meant to be said relatively quietly.
I know.
So like that's sort of, just between you and me and that sort of, and you don't want anyone else just knowing about all that, don't you?
Let's make this an 8.
Don't be down, turtle.
He has his boys by his side, so
His boy. Yeah.
Sweet boys.
They all go quiet and go, fine, Wendy, whatever. Chill. It's just a joke.
Yeah, but it stopped being funny 5 years ago, and maybe you should move on too. It'll be better for you. Trust me.
Fine.
And
We'll leave the loser alone. Fine.
no, listen. You don't just leave him alone now. You leave him alone. Bye.
Whatever rocks your boat, Wendy. We don't care.
Not you.
Go drown in peroxide. They walk into the alley. As they pass and you turn to the entrance, you see that Darcy, Gale, and Sage are there. She's just arrived. And you also notice that whatever was going on with Werner has stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Did we see Wendy approach them? We didn't hear, but did we see?
Let's have you make a. You know what? I'm gonna make it easier. Wendy, did you approach them? Would they be able to see you, or did you wait until they kind of crossed into the area so that you wouldn't be seen by anyone?
I almost want to leave it up to chat, but basically, this isn't as long as the conversation isn't overheard. It's one of those. Doesn't matter if anyone sees, so she's not going to be bothering to try and hide it. So if anyone is looking, it's clearly visible that something just went on there.
Yeah,
I think Darcy's just like, I just saw Wendy eviscerate someone.
I'm actually I'll have you make a brains roll for that. To see if you can pick on the nuance, because it was they kind of spoke very quietly.
I just
for the difficulty
burned
at 5.
I just burned my best brain roll.
You still have more of them in you.
7. All my brain is here.
You don't hear what she's saying, but you catch the body language.
Yeah.
And they visibly deflate before saying something else and moving along.
Yeah.
But they definitely deflate.
Yeah. I feel like Darcy's legit was like, wow. Like just that like wow. Darcy just has that like, yeah, Wendy can do that thing. Mostly just admiring like Darcy is much more of I'll just punch you in your face. So I think she appreciates someone who can get the same effect just with a few whispered words. She killed that guy.
It's
Like
kindness.
spiritually. Yeah. Oh, hey, Sage. Hey, thanks for coming. Werner seems to need people to see. He's having a tough time. I'm worried about him.
That's not good.
Nah.
Maybe I can get the family to come and have a look.
Oh, I think you are the best representative of the family there ever could be.
Aw.
Yeah. Tell your mom thank you for lying and liking the pizza portrait I made of her. Also apologize to her from me too for the pizza portrait I made of her.
As you say
I'm sure
this,
it's fine.
actually, Mrs. Beam approaches, and Werner visibly lights up. Goes, Mrs. Beam, hey, welcome. I just want to say thank you so much again. It's like, oh, sweetie, don't need to thank me. It's just my pleasure. Any day, anytime you want to come by for another lesson, I'm always available. I said, oh, thank you so much. But I think this will be, this is the day. Really? I'll be sure to come back later and have a look. It says, definitely. And your mom walks away, waving at all of you.
Wendy's
Bye,
gonna
Mrs.
wait until she's definitely turned away and gone, and then walk over, because it's one thing to deal with Sage, but
With the queen bee herself.
yeah, it's that sort of Sage is a tolerable balance. Mrs. Beam is just
Crazy.
antimatter.
I will tell you one thing of your interactions with Mrs. Beam.
Okay.
It is literally a wall. I've tried having conversations with her, and it's an impenetrable wall.
Right? There's just no getting through. Nothing.
It's all vibes. It's just all vibes.
Vibe wall.
But they're the wrong vibes.
So if Wendy comes over, Darcy will be like, oh, hey, Wendy. Hey.
Oh, hey, Wendy.
Did I say Gail?
Yeah. Wow.
Sage?
Hi.
Yeah. You really you really did something to those guys. Like, well, I don't know what it was, but I love to watch you work.
I didn't do anything. I just came over and said hello to them. Just
Killing people with kindness is always the best thing to do.
I don't. Just catching up and thinking about old times. That's it. That's all I did.
Exactly. Kindness.
Sure.
Whoever smacks down those assholes is awesome, Wendy. I'll just leave it at that. They deserved it.
Look, there's just a level of a lack of creativity on their part. Like when you're still using insults that people had in 5th grade. I mean, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
So Werner stops by and goes, if you guys want to step in, and thank you, Wendy, but don't worry. They're gonna get something special in this presentation. Just come on in.
Oh,
wait.
Werner.
Is there a splash zone? Should we sit away from it?
Just stay at the back.
Okay, you got it.
Right.
Werner.
And
she's gonna take his hands and be like,
his hands are deathly cold.
Oh no, you should probably look after yourself because you look very ill. But we have. I
need you to make a grit roll for me.
Oh,
I'm gonna put the difficulty at 10.
Oh no!
Say nice things.
Oh God!
I thought this was a sage pep talk.
It was going to be. Hold on.
No. 6.
6. It did not explode.
He looks at you and locks eyes with you, and the moment every syllable he speaks, you feel a chill going down your spine. He says, "I assure you, I'm perfectly fine."
Okay. I'm really looking forward to seeing your work because I know that you've been working really hard on it.
Please step in.
Okay. Oh, here you go. Here's some. This is a good luck stone.
Thank you.
How obvious is the change in demeanor?
I mean, you notice a change in demeanor the moment he got insulted,
Mm.
and it's kind of that same vibe.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Still has a very tense vibe going on.
Gale just sort of like mumbles to himself, what happened to kill them with kindness? But just shakes his head, doesn't say anything.
You all head
It's just
into
like
the gallery,
rage.
and you knew him in the past as someone who did painting, just traditional with canvas and everything. He seems to have forgone the canvas and has used his brush and even like actual like painting brushes, and has his entire gallery is the alley. Like every wall, every window, every corner is his art. And it starts fairly nice. There's some landscapes, some images of like an old timey village, almost like a vision of Europa way back when. And then they start to shift. The tone of them begins to shift. It's again landscapes and buildings, but now creepier, dilapidated, broken down. The sky dark and the red moon hanging in the sky. Uh, people standing in the street with blood raining on them. Strange creatures in the shadows around them. Other paintings are just grotesque abominations of multiple limbs and teeth and eyes, and just any art critic would just say this is an expression of pain or something. But there seem to be some details missing. And you see that everyone inside is kind of enraptured, looking like they don't really know what they're looking. It's kind of looking at Goya's black paintings. They're just so visceral that you have a moment of, what the hell am I looking at? There's images of the same creatures. Just there's an image of three different creatures. They're almost like reptilian, almost dinosaur-like, but it's their proportions all wrong. And like multiple mouths, like they have like double jaws, and they seem to be eating the bullies.
Okay.
But again, but a lot of those, some colors seem to be missing. And he approaches and he steps in and says, "Thank you all for coming. This town has made me go through some things, but I finally got some support from caring people who taught me and helped me move on and allowed me to express myself as I had to. And along the way, I have found, because this town always provides for those who are looking for an opportunity." And he locks eyes with the bully and says, "And today is my opportunity." And he puts his hand in his pocket, draws a blade and slits his throat, and just turns towards the wall, and the spray hits the wall, and the and the blood begins to move and shift and go into those spaces where the colors were missing, and brings out this vivid, intense color. And suddenly everything around goes dark. The entrances and exits of the alley go dark. And the first two, everybody's shocked, everybody's moving towards a wall. And the three bullies are just standing there, just with people looking at them, because everybody heard the insult. And, they're just like, I mean, did you have to push this guy, this far? There's looks of recrimination, there's looks of judgment. They don't last very long, as the three beasts that are in the walls, chomping on them, leap out of the walls and chomp on them. Suddenly, you asked if there was a splash zone. Yes, there is. The entire alley is covered in blood and gore, as more of the creatures that are in the paintings begin to spill out. What do you do? As you look up,
Really?
a drizzle begins to fall. It's blood. And there is a red moon hanging in the sky.
Darcy's having a real bad time right now.
I'm going to need a collective grid roll.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the difficulty at 12. And the way this works is between all of you, you need to reach that 12. Or as a group, you will all freak out. If you succeed, then just together as a group, keeping yourself together, you will give yourself the strength to react.
I rolled appropriately for Darcy.
1.
Yep.
Okay.
I just exploded, so bear with me.
It is if you roll the highest number, it explodes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because then I exploded as well on a D10.
Darcy's with the people she needs to be with, right?
Tell me your results.
So I ended up with 13 on a D8.
Okay.
Same number.
So that's 26. Gail?
16.
27 with a 1.
27 and then 16.
Thank you for your contribution, Darcy.
You more than succeeded. So even this is horrifying. This is a terrifying thing, and more strange apparitions are coming out of the walls. But you have enough presence of mind to realize we need to move. We need to get out of here. Darcy, I will say that because you do have a weakness to blood, your friends are the ones to get you out of the way.
Yeah, I think she's just stock still.
Here.
Yeah,
you're not gonna stay still, Darcy. It's okay. What did you put in the pizzas?
Would it be fair to say, like, because of our equally high rolls, like Sage and Wendy just each grab an arm and just...
Oh, I love this. It's competitive pulling.
Yeah, what? Not even competitive, just that sort of...
Let's go.
Okay.
I'll hang out at the back of the group while they're pushing to get away. I'll just turn and be the eyes on monsters. Like protect them from the back.
I don't think I like art very much. I don't think I like art very much.
You hear a voice, a whisper that tells you, "I'm sorry, Augie."
I try to pick out his body in the crowd.
It's gone. It's been stamped. The things moving through. You see tendrils moving out of the walls and just grab him and pull him into the painting. Same is happening to others. The bodies are being eviscerated, destroyed, mangled. They are being pulled into the painting, and you see that the painting itself is beginning to draw in the blood, and with that, it's spreading.
Out loud, because Gale isn't a smart man.
Oh no.
He'll just say, "No, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was Jesus." Okay, and then still out loud, because it's like, I don't know if he can still hear me, but it doesn't matter. Guys, keep away from the walls. Keep away from the walls. Keep moving. We have to get away from here.
Where are you heading?
And I'll look for a weapon if there's anything around.
Let's have you make a grid roll.
I don't know where I'm heading. I'm at the back.
I was going to say, we were near the back because he told us to go towards the back, right?
17.
So that would mean we would have been near where the entrance is, but it's gone black, right? So
it went dark.
It went dark.
Now you realize that is because the actual sky, everything went dark. And now there's a red moon hanging overhead and it's slightly drizzling blood.
So maybe go back the way we came might be a good idea.
Is there a is there any sort of discernible pattern in terms of the creatures? Are they just attacking everything and everyone, or is it? Okay, so
as far as you can tell, in the alley they're attacking everything. Are people trying to run past you outside, and you don't see them? Anything there's nothing to indicate that going out of the alley is a problem.
Oh,
I rolled a
sorry, I'm
17
sorry.
on the grid.
You roll the grid, you find a loose pipe.
Yeah, I pick it up.
Okay.
I have a swinging weapon. This will do.
For the rest of you, where are you heading? Are you heading to the van, or are you heading to another building? What are you trying to do? When you head
Darcy's
out-
incapable
I
of
will say
thought.
when
right
you are
now.
heading out into the main street, most of the people are gone.
I was gonna say with
Most of the stalls are gone. In fact,
Okay.
the town looks a lot like that old timey version that you saw in the wall.
opals. I was about to
Having
say
said
that.
so, it is slightly anachronistic. Perhaps the influence hasn't spread so far, because you can see the Papa Niblets stand. You can see some of the, like, there's no one there, but the stands remain. And you can see the vehicles. There's cars. Gail's bike is there. The van is there. But you're starting to see that influence spread as you're seeing more of the landscapes begin to manifest on the walls, and like red eyes begin to appear, and almost things begin to push away from the walls.
Okay, I suggest
Roars and howls begin to be heard.
we go to the van because that is Darcy's pride and joy, and maybe grab a pizza on the way.
Forget the pizza.
It'll calm her nerves.
Feels like there's pizza in the back. Get in the fucking van.
Go van. To go to the van. Yeah, van.
I'm gonna need
van.
a flight
Okay.
roll from all of you, not from Darcy. Darcy being carried. I need this to be again a collective roll. I'm gonna put the difficulty at 20.
That's not gonna go.
Explosion.
Flight is not good on me.
Darcy's just like kind of been talking slow. Heck yeah, pizza's good. I was making portraits. I was doing it the best I can. But I don't know, maybe I did the portrait so bad and now there's blood. Okay. Everything's are we going
Darcy,
forward?
Darcy,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, you remember you did Miss Turner and she loved it. She genuinely loved it.
You did love it, yes. Everything's in blood. Blood.
Deep breaths.
It's
okay.
think pizza, think sauce. It's
Darcy, it's
No,
just
don't think
tomato
about the
sauce.
Maybe I'm gonna try.
Do not.
Breathe out.
It's bad. It's
How
gone
much
bad.
did you
It's
roll?
bad tomato sauce.
I rolled 15. I exploded.
Okay.
I'd like to contribute 2 to this.
Oh boy! Oh no! Okay.
I am. I feel slight redemption. 4.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's funny. You all rush, half dragging, half carrying Darcy as tendrils and just giant maws made of shadow, and almost they look strange because they almost look like a cell shaded graphic in real life, almost like art emerging from the wall trying to eat you. And you see someone running by a wall, and there's just a chump, and their torso and legs run for a little more without anything, and then just fall.
In like a moment of cold. You know that stage you get to when just like shock and panic erode emotion, and all you're thinking about is like just a weird sort of distance, detached sense. You know, in that weirdly detached state, as Wendy sees that, she keeps thinking of like, I wonder if the heads also were. And then moves on.
Like, we both think.
It's an interesting question.
Oh.
But you do manage to get to the van, avoiding some of the tendrils that seem to be moving. These are almost like, they're not like octopus tentacles or some other form. They're more like vines with spikes that seem to be moving around and wrapping around things and wrapping around people. You manage to jump over some of them, kick some of the way, swipe them down with a pipe, and eventually you'll pretty much load up onto the van. What is your plan?
I'm just going to, every single time that I accidentally step on a vine or something, I'm
Darcy,
just going to apologize.
Because you are in your van, that has always
Yeah.
been your safe place, even
Yeah.
with a blood drizzle outside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow your new grit roll.
Ah,
I'm gonna
Okay.
give you a token, a free token for this if you want to spend it. And put the difficulty of this at 3.
okay. Now let's see. I think I have a much better shot. 7.
It takes you a moment, but your breathing calms down and you focus again and you become aware, okay, I'm in the van. You don't remember getting to the van.
No.
The blood outside is still a problem. You still have some on you, but at the very
Yeah.
least, you know you have a change of clothes in the van. You can change
She
your
takes
shirt.
this off. Yeah. Okay. All right. Take off my flannel. I have an extra flannel in the back, and then I get this new one on. It's exactly the same because I have like 3 of the same one. All right. I smell pizza. I smell sauce. I smell a little gasoline. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I smell. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh God! Please tell me those 3 smells are separate.
I mean, it all becomes one. It is, it's the smell of commerce. It's okay. There's pizza. It's only a couple hours old. It's on my little delivery rack here. And she goes up and she slides into the front seat because that's where she feels most comfortable. And she puts on the windshield wipers. Okay. That's okay. Less blood. Okay. So, hey, how did I get here?
We carried you.
There is a thud.
Oh,
And if you're sitting in the back where there's a small glass or container with sauce, there's the Jurassic Park ripple. As this strange
marinara.
form, there's a marinara ripple.
She absolutely has extra sauce. There's some
As
people
you
who just
see
insist
a
on it.
gigantic scaled footstep out of the alley.
Go, drive.
No think, just drive.
Okay, yeah, she jams the key
Actually,
in,
no,
cranks
keep thinking while you drive.
Oh, okay, yes, all right, you're right.
But
You're
think
right.
about driving.
And yeah, she will try to peel out of there in
And
the
I'm going to
opposite
have
direction.
a flight roll from you.
Yeah, just think about driving. Think about the gear shafts.
She puts the radio on. She's got the Hard Rock station on, and she's starting to feel like, okay, I can handle this.
The music plays, but it's kind of warped, almost like it's like a melting quantity. Like
Just turn it up. Just turn it up.
No. Yeah, slaps it off.
Can we put on a tape instead?
Let's see. That is a 6.
It's enough. You managed to just peel out without anything scratching or damaging or even holding onto your van. And as you peel away,
my baby, yeah,
reveal our first card.
What is this card?
An artist creates unsettling murals that almost seem real. Creatures begin to escape from the pictures.
Yeah, it's on me. Sorry, y'all. But I would argue that Darcy paid for it.
Now it's just worse because it's just giant Ignatius.
Oh, yes.
I
am the best lizard.
As we're driving away, in order to try and make sure that Darcy doesn't think about the blood or anything else, Wendy's just going to keep describing in as much intricate detail as possible the actual process of how an engine works. Just going through all the steps of, okay, here's how an internal combustion engine works from start to finish.
Oh my God. Gail finds the tapes and just throws them at Wendy. Put something on.
You're being pelted by cassettes.
Okay, but Milli Vanilli, really?
I have
man, it's hers.
I have a wide variety of interests.
I am going to consult with the cards because I need to think of something else.
Did you find it's a terrible joke that Milli Vanilli lost their careers for lip syncing, and that is actually now a TV show where people get famous for lip syncing.
Yeah, that's
Rough stuff.
Oh God, yeah. But let's just say let's see what tape gets put on. We're gonna put on something by ELO. Let's go with that.
Oh, you know it. Papa. Yeah, this is a good choice. I love the orchestral stuff of Jeff
I have
Lynne.
to bleep that entire section, but okay.
I do not sing well enough to trigger any of these. I promise you that. They'll have no idea what song it is.
We're definitely not gonna set that off.
You are driving around town. It's strange. You're seeing buildings that you recognize, and more like old-timey huts and very old construction that you don't. The town is trapped in some form of, call it, liminal space created by this act committed by a very tormented individual.
Looking around, is it possible? Like, would it be possible for Wendy to just, based on surroundings, pick out what time period this is?
Make a brains roll.
Yes. Oh wait, hang on. D12, not D20. Brains. Oh no, that's a 1. Fuck off.
Oh no.
The environments are there's still that thing where some of the environments look straight out of a painting, like they don't look real. They again that almost cell shaded quality, and that's throwing your knowledge off because the details are blurry at times. There are times where you see a building and it looks smudged, even though it's 3-dimensional.
Like, but how is? No, that's not. Like, we'll actively rub her eyes and just go.
Yeah.
You're seeing this?
We get adversity tokens for fails, right?
Yes.
I'm just sharing the good news because I've added a couple, and I think like, here, have some adversity token.
Oh, good.
I added one for my fail earlier.
I have to like. I'm sorry, Wendy, but like this is normal.
I'm just gonna focus
Sorry,
on
what?
driving all of a sudden.
I am going to, because I know the intent that Sage has. It's trying to be reassuring, but I'm gonna have to ask you to make a charisma, a charm roll for me to see if it comes across like it or you come across unhinged. I'm gonna put the difficulty at 12.
Like, this is either gonna, for Wendy, what you said is either gonna be you're off the rails or you're condescending.
I rolled a 4.
Oh no. Hey, adversity token.
It's not. It doesn't come across even remotely as you want.
Aww.
So
It's like-
misinterpret it however you like, Wendy.
Yeah. He's gonna look at Sage. He's gonna go. I respect a lot of what you do when your family has their own way of looking at the world, but now is not the time for your mumbo jumbo bullshit about energies and chakras. That building is blurred.
I just mean
I've
it's
seen it
supernatural
before.
stuff.
Darcy turns up the radio as loud as she can get.
But
Telephone line. Come on. Yellow, I don't need a slow song. I need a fast song. God, come on.
I mean, I'll just consult with my cards. I'm sure that will probably help us through something.
You slam in another cassette and very appropriately, "Staying Alive" starts playing.
Oh
There we
god!
go.
If you're getting at
Save
the
me,
cards,
Yeah.
let me know if this is okay. But like, if the cards come out, Wendy would more or less like reach out and just slam a hand on them and just go, "Not the fucking time!"
Gail's having flashbacks.
I am going to ask for a fight check.
Why?
I nearly died last time I touched his turret.
Opposed by a flight roll.
Oh, okay.
Or another fight check. Both work for me.
Where's my
Fight or flight, Sage. Fight or flight.
Let's go flight because I have more with flight.
Gail, do you want to sit up here with me? Gail, come up with here. Gail, please come up here.
Move, Wendy.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
How much did you roll on the flight?
I rolled 8.
Versus a 1.
Versus a 4, but
that's
still.
a phenomenal failure.
It's
You
a
get the
4.
token, and I'm going to.
Oh no! I just
I'm
realized.
just going to say that you try to swing and miss so wildly that you smack Gale instead.
As he's trying to move away.
I
Oh
is this going to activate my flaw of hot tempered because someone has gone and insulted my cards again?
Not only that, they not only insulted your stuff, they
Whacked me.
actively tried to whack your cards away.
Kill. What the fuck, man?
I'm sorry.
How dare you? Not only have they helped us in the past, I mean, I read these cards, and the whole reason that we even have a van that we are escaping in is because I did a reading with these cards, and I've already had Gail going get rid of my grandmother's cards when he went and decided to go and do that stupid jump with the fire brigade. And just, you are so close-minded.
The reason you have a van is because Darcy worked hard and saved money.
And I have
There's
to make the
blood
decision.
The landscape doesn't make sense.
You know,
Nothing
he's
is making
arguing.
sense. We're nearly died. Someone did die. Many people died. I think. I'm not sure what realities. And you want to consult the goddamn.
You know what?
And
Everybody.
And now was smack Gail. Like Gail, sometimes I do want to smack you, but now was not the time.
So how's everything going back there? Everybody doing
When he just grabs
Darcy.
whatever nearest slice of
Darcy,
pizza
I'm
is,
going to
and
ask
just
you,
eats. Just
where
like, I don't care. Rage eat.
I'm going to ask you, Darcy, where are you heading?
That's a good question. Now I guess that they're hopefully no longer in eyesight of whatever that giant claw was a part of. Actually, I think her first instinct would probably be to head towards her home. Like that would,
Okay.
if she went into like almost autopilot. So I think that's it. I think I think her, like, if no one's giving her anything other thought, she's just gonna look for home first, because that's just the beacon in her head.
Okay. You're driving home. You are all sitting in the car, and again, outside of this vehicle, the spread continues, almost like you're racing against it. You've made some distance, but the shadows are growing darker, and you're starting to see almost like a wall of eyes behind you. Just red pinpricks, and hearing the occasional scream, and a building being torn down. I mean, you're driving away, and out of the corner of all your eyes, you see something. You see almost like a bright figure made of just almost light, so you can distinguish features. It looks like a man, maybe. They seem to be dressed in like a very old-timey garb, almost like a tunic and like leggings and the kind of old-timey pointy shoes. And they're just they're you. It's at the corner of your eyes. You don't see them fully, but they're ever present, and something about it feels reassuring, though at the same time it also feels unnerving, because it means that at the corner of your eye you have this almost like pinprick of light, like a bright white light compared to the red menacing lights behind you and the shadows spreading around.
I just had an idea. Where are we going?
Hey, that's a very, very good question, Sage. I have to be honest. I wasn't like thinking about it. I was a bit on autopilot. So, I mean, I think I'm just going home.
No, 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 no. You know where we can go? We can go to the Devil's Dick.
Oh,
Gail
that is
looks
out of
up
town.
as she says that, because I was about to say Gail's got his hand on that mark and trying to see if he feels anything.
Let's have you make a grid roll for me.
Make a dick roll.
A dick roll.
Make your deck roll.
Children.
Uh,
For Diane, this
We're
is
gonna
a
have-
novel
that-
that's
that's-
outside of
fine.
town.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw the note. I'm
Please,
fine
please.
with this.
How much?
14.
14. You don't feel anything from the mark, but there is something. You feel almost like a hum, like a vibration under the seat.
Reach under the seat.
You touch something and it feels warm, nearing hot. It's kind of uncomfortable to touch and to hold, but it feels like something made of metal.
Does Darcy have like stuff in her van? Like
Yeah, there's
maybe like a rag
towels,
or something,
an old
towel?
flannel.
There's a lot
I'd
of
grab the
stuff in there.
nearest piece of fabric and just use it to grab.
You
whatever it
pull
is
out
and
the
pull it
crowbar. And the crowbar that Darcy inherited, in a way, is slightly. That's the vibration. It is. You feel almost like a harmony, like a hum coming from it.
Like a tuning fork.
Almost.
I hang on to it and I'll say, hey Darcy, this was your the crowbar back here is the one we picked up from your grandpa, right?
Yeah. I just don't have a definite place for it yet, so I just kind of like keep it under the seat. Because then, what's someone going to do with a crowbar?
You mind if I hang on to it for now?
I will tell you, it is
getting a
uncomfortable for you to hold, Gail. You actually need the piece of cloth because even through it, it feels warm in your hands. Like without it, would be uncomfortably hot.
It's doing a thing, Das. It's doing something.
It's doing a thing. Yeah. Hand it to me. Her eyes still on the road. Just hand it over. I'll take a look while I'm driving.
He hands it over, but then he does that thing where he leans past her to keep his hand on, like keep his hand
Okay,
near the
yeah.
wheel.
As
so
long as
that
there's two hands, it doesn't matter who's
his
two
eye
hands.
is keeping on the road.
When you get the crowbar, it feels perfectly cool in your hands.
Okay. What's
Like
it doing,
hot.
yeah?
It's hot. It's vibrating. It's weird.
You do feel the hum. The hum is audible.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But no heat.
Okay. As she's driving, does she notice? Does the hum change, or is it a consistent hum?
It's consistent.
Poke Wendy with it.
I was gonna say if Wendy touches it,
when you touch it, you feel a sudden burning sensation somewhere in your body. I'm going to let you determine where. It's not. It's not a sexual thing. It's not.
I'm gonna
a
say along the
kinky thing.
spine.
Okay.
Just
You feel a sudden burning sensation there.
yeah. Wendy just immediately lurches forward. That sort of.
Oh.
The fuck!
Sage, what did you do to Wendy?
I didn't do anything.
Poke her with it again, to be sure.
No, I'm not poking anyone with this. It deserves respect.
Gail just gets a piece of pepperoni thrown at him.
I'll eat it.
I'll take it. I'll take the crowbar.
No, it's not. I mean, okay. I guess. I mean, if you want to touch it, it does not seem to be a happy thing for other people.
I don't think it likes anyone else.
I think I'm gonna head for the Devil's Dick for now. Everyone kind of keep an eye out so we can see what's going on out here. I'm just gonna put the crowbar on my lap. as I
You
drive.
past houses and rows and neighborhoods that have shifted in ways you can't recognize. Parts of the town have become almost swampland and just forest. I'm gonna need you to make a flight roll for me. We're gonna put difficulty at 15.
Oh,
As
no.
you're driving, because more creatures are looming. You see trees being felled, and you see just don't see it fully, but you see this presence, this massive hulking presence just moving through. And once again, you see that giant stomp passing
it's
through. It
gaining on
seems
us.
almost reptilian, but its form shifts in the shadows.
Okay, she's going
You
shit,
see
shit, shit,
eyes,
shit.
2 eyes split into 4, become 8, then once again become 2, and just
Okay.
things being crushed and
Oh God. Okay, with that
torn
+1,
away.
it's 11.
11. You have tokens.
Oh, I do. Oh, I do. Okay, what was the
15.
15? Oh no.
I can give you some of my tokens if you'd
Oh no,
like
actually,
with my
I have
loyalty.
4. I
You
have
have
4
4.
plus 1. Yeah, no, that's okay. No worries.
With
I'm
15,
token poor right now, but
15, you
it's worth it.
shift into gear, and just there's a moment where you see that figure of light shift to your right side, and it fills you with a sense of warning that you just almost instinctively just put the brakes and pretty much drift for a moment and turn to the other side just as the stump falls where the van had been just seconds before. And you move away and keep going, just going past. And you, yes, when
like the moment the stomp hits, do we see any more of it? Like if we look, can we see any more?
In fact, you do. The foot is fully reptilian. It has these wicked barbed almost nails and more of those vine-like things erupting from within, like sprouting from its skin and then going back in, almost like wiring in it. And then you see that the nails split. Then the toes on this gigantic foot begin to bleed and they separate and become smaller, almost like rapture-like creatures that lunge forward and begin an active pursuit of you.
Okay, but is the foot actually attached to anything larger, or
it is an amorphous shape that's still mostly in shadows?
Okay,
this is what pollution does to the planet.
You know what did your cards say, Sage?
Are you going to draw from your deck?
I will do.
No.
I'm going to tell you, the moment you draw, all your cards are blank.
What?
And those that are not blank, much like things outside, look smudged or on like a bad piece of old art where you can't make up the details.
What did you do to my cards, Wendy? You touched them. You said they were rubbish, and look what's happened to them now.
I tried to touch them and they got Gale instead, so you can't blame me for that.
I mean, to be fair, she did smack me and not the cards.
Darcy, I need you to make a brains roll for me.
Oh no.
Either that or I will allow brains or grit.
Oh, we'll do grit.
Difficulty is 5.
Gotta love when my saving grace is, no, I smacked this person instead.
Exactly 5.
You're driving away and you manage to put some distance away from the things pursuing you. You clear the forest and you recognize where you are. You are heading towards the outskirts, towards the forest and where the Gunderson obelisk is. And then the scene in front of you shifts. And you are, and the place changes to almost like the entrance to that village, that old version of the town. And you see that there's almost like a small town square that you are just barreling towards. And there is a well and two figures standing in front of the well.
She'll slam on the brakes.
You slam on the brakes and stop just a few feet short. Behind them, you do still see the forest normal, almost like the edge of town is the edge of this effect. And you have known that the Gunderson obelisk, the devil's nail or devil's dick, as the more younger people call it, in many ways, it's almost always a bit untouched by things happening in town. And you see the two figures are standing facing you, then turn to one another. One draws a book, and you begin to hear chanting. Pillar of light erupts from the well. It destroys and blows it to smithereens, and you begin to see more of those tendrils come out from the wells heading your way.
Darcy, hit the gas.
Yeah,
Don't
okay,
waste.
yeah, no, it's
Aim,
right. It's right.
aim.
Okay.
I'm going to need you to make a grit roll for me.
Oh, no. Okay. My
Which way
my
the-
van.
Are we still
My
in the
van.
thing?
I'm going to put the difficulty of this at 10.
I would like to specify that Wendy's telling you to aim at the person.
I think like right now, like Darcy's like just gonna go straight forward.
I will ask, is Darcy ready to run into people?
She wasn't until they opened a book and started chanting, and then things came out of
Bets
the
her
well.
off.
It was
Yeah.
fuck
Like
her.
the stop was that I'm not gonna run over people without reason. But now she's got a reason. Oh, son of a! I
would
got an adversity token. That's a 1.
like to offer to help.
How will you help? This is more of a driving
God.
thing.
my
Yeah.
man.
As far as I'm aware, we've established that Wendy's basically riding shotgun.
Shotgun, yeah.
Literally just straight up helping to stabilize the wheel and making sure that we stay on track.
Okay. How many tokens will you give?
I don't know if you do it.
As far as I'm aware, I only have one. So,
You
or
only have
wait,
one token?
I mean, I only failed one roll.
So you should
Okay,
have 3 total then.
Oh, okay, because I kind of
Started with 2, failed
Yeah.
1.
The
roll,
thing
that's
is,
3.
though, Darcy is out of tokens. She rolled a 1 and needed a 5. So even with the 3 you're providing, it doesn't
Thank
reach
you.
it.
I can also give some
And how
adversity.
I think in this situation, when you're driving a car, it is a too many cooks situation. I will
But-
not allow more than one person to help in this.
I was going to say, because I would just talk.
that's not that's not.
And I
gonna
have
help.
four. I have 4 tokens.
In this situation where you're barreling towards 2 cultist women and tentacles, you go girl doesn't really help.
Thank.
Wasn't
I
even gonna do
appreciate
that
it,
either.
Sage.
Sage is like, maybe they just want to talk.
I will need a roll from all of you, though. I'm gonna need
Yeah.
a grit roll or flight, whichever you prefer.
In my mind, I just now have this whole just kill them
Difficulty
with
for
kindness.
this one is I'm gonna put the difficulty of this one at 6.
This is for
Just
me as
kill
well,
them with
right?
kindness, and then the license plate of the truck just says kindness.
This car, yeah. Oh, thanks, Dice. Now I got an 11. Now.
Because of my mental
11.
image, I have missed what you're asking me to roll. Ask to roll.
A either grit or flight roll.
Ooh,
The difficulty is 6.
right.
Oh.
It's gonna be grit from me.
Gail? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
11.
1 from Wendy. Okay. And Sage?
7.
7. Is anyone going to attempt even to help Wendy, or Wendy is on her own?
I have an adversity
what is-
token I just
what is
got.
happening? Is it because we're about to crash?
Yes.
I will
Let
I
it
will
let it
use my-
happen.
No, I will use my 4 tokens for loyalty.
What does
Okay.
do?
Loyalty means you get.
I would think that at this point enough has been done for you to actually betray this character, but that's just me.
Oh,
was
wow.
gonna
Stirring the pot.
No, I'm
Wow.
gonna stir it even more.
Oh,
Depending on how you help, you may end up. Depending on how Sage helps, that may backfire.
I was gonna make sure that you were secure because my dad is a military man in the army,
aw.
and he has taught me one, how to drive cars, how to fix
Yeah.
them, and probably how to survive a car crash and how to help people in need.
Aw.
Oh God. I'm trying to if Sage leans forward, it's like 50-50. Either Wendy's immediately gonna accept.
I am going to ask a
Help?
simple question.
God, yes.
Does Wendy accept the help in this moment? This is a gut
Oh.
reaction.
Oh,
I will describe
damn.
what's going on. Because with this
If you really
failure,
don't know, just roll. Odds on
I was gonna
yes
say,
or no.
can
with
I
this,
just roll like a?
let me tell you what's going to happen. With this roll, on the grid roll that was failed, Darcy barrels towards these 2 women. But the tendrils have already begun to emerge and spread. And Darcy would need to avoid them and then just swerve to be able to crash into the 2 women again. She does not succeed, and the tendrils first stop the momentum of the car and then just send it flying, tumbling away. And this is where your role is, to see if you can, how well you take that tumble.
Okay. Can I, in my indecision, just like roll a percentile and
Let's just do it odd and even.
Okay.
Roll a d4, and 1 and 3 it's yes, 2 and 4 is no help.
Oh no.
It's a 1.
You accept the help.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god.
a sort of
So
the
Sage,
immediate
you can
reaction is-
spend as many tokens as you want.
As I have 4.
Well, if you're using loyalty, you only need 3. Wasn't it difficulty 6?
Yes.
Very nice.
But yeah, so there's the immediate reaction, or the first reaction is almost swatting the hand away. Like you can see Wendy reaching up, and there's the motion of, and then realizes what's happening and just holds on.
Oh yeah.
I think actually, Sage, you only need to spend 2 because yours give twice as much, and Wendy just needs to spend one of her own. With one of your own, that becomes 2. With the 2 from Sage, up to 6.
Well, that's true teamwork right there.
The van tumbles. It's not the first time this card has been wrecked in one of these crises.
Oh.
But now you are in this car, some of you upside down, some of you not. And the things coming for you are still coming.
We can rebuild her.
No, it's Darcy is an emotional wreck, but she wraps her hand around the crowbar, and I think she gets like this determined look because these things just caused her to wreck her van again.
After the
And
paint job and everything.
I don't even. I was just prepped. It was prepped, right? That that white is that's the extra layer of primer. It's a special primer. So when like the art is gonna, I'm gonna go out. Okay, so here's my plan, everybody. Okay, I'm thinking real clear right now. I want you to know I'm thinking so clear. This is the clearest I've ever thought. I'm gonna take this crowbar and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna beat those tentacles to death. So everyone just stay here, relax. I'm gonna fix this problem, and then we can all just go home. Okay. And you see her just like heading, like about to go out her door. I guess it's tipped over. Are they all the way
gonna have you
tipped
make a
over?
fight roll to get out.
Fantastic.
Because you're gonna use that crowbar to get out. So
The other
it's
important
okay.
question: are we all covered in sauce?
yes, you are you're marinated.
Shit.
That's a 16.
You whack this door open and get out like an action hero from the 80s. Covered in
Yes.
marinara.
Yeah.
Synth music is playing.
Yeah. Oh, an anchovy.
Then reveal our second card. Two women stand over the decrepit well, chanting from a book. Light shoots out and tentacles emerge from its mouth.
And destroy Darcy's van. Son of a bitch.
It is annoyingly on brand that somehow I managed to pick the thing with tentacles in it.
Ah.
We need to get out of this van.
Yeah, Gail.
Does it smell or anything like it's gonna like burst into flames?
Let's
Or
have you make a brains roll.
Marinara is
God.
not flammable. Flammable.
Why did you bring up the possibility of blowing up? Why
Don't-
would you do that to my baby?
The van just got.
because my van got destroyed. So D20, I got 14.
14. The smell of marinara covers many things, but you don't pick up like the smell of gasoline or anything, nor do you see a leak. The greatest danger at this moment is that you still you hear the things running towards you,
Mhm.
and you see the tendrils spreading and moving towards you, and the two women their chanting is more frantic.
Is there
Yeah, that's
like the space between us and the chanting, is that blocked, or is there like a path through?
No. You can, at the moment you get out of this van, it's open field. You can run straight at them if you wish, or run
gonna-
away.
Unclip my seatbelt. Kind of get out. Help everyone else get out.
Okay,
I know how to get out.
let's have you make a grid roll for that, or a fight roll, whichever you prefer.
All of us, or just Sage?
The Sage. This is the one actively, cutting people out of seatbelts and such.
I rolled a 4.
You'll succeed, but it takes you a little while.
It's-
Because you're trying not to stab people.
Also, my dad, he like it was when I was a lot younger when he taught me how to do this. So like
Your dad tried to instill you some survival skills. Your mom was not really a fan.
but what she
Because he was a
said
firm
now-
believer of you're retired, stay retired.
But a girl needs to protect herself. That's what he said. Needs to know how to.
Yeah, himself.
And
Live
that
in
is
the
the
wide
that is the
world.
reason why Sage, though no one else knows it, can dismantle a man and have him crying for mercy in 10 seconds flat.
Yeah, makes sense. Is there anything I could roll to speed up the process?
Let's have you make a grid roll.
Oh, boy, oh
Or
boy.
another fight check and help Sage along.
No, it's gotta be grit. It's gotta be grit. I'm tired of failing. Annoyingly enough, this hit an edge and is currently, well, it was stuck between an 8 and a 2. Should I
Okay.
re-roll it?
Of course.
6.
That's enough. Basically, Sage is cutting, you're just pulling on it and until it rips.
Okay. The moment Wendy's clear, gonna run over and try and steer Darcy. Just like that sort of, okay, you seem like you're just, Darcy is pure
I'm
intent. I
going
want to
to-
steer Darcy towards the chanting.
I am going to
I-
ask Darcy, do you allow yourself to be guided, or are you in full tunnel vision mode?
Oh no. I think she is just anger, so a focus would be great.
Yeah.
Where you see that the chanting women and the tentacles are in your path and moving towards you.
I will even offer to make a
You
charm
even
roll if
see
you want,
them,
to just
the
like try and break
tendrils.
through that fog. Just sort of, hey, Darcy, I know you're angry. I know. Just focus on what's important, right? We got a problem here.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, Wendy, I
Stay with
have one
me.
question. Okay, who did this to my van? Those ladies with the
Beam
books.
light, book, chanting,
Yeah.
cultists.
Okay. So I feel like now she's focused on them and will fight anything in the way in that straight line between her and those cultists. Or
What I was gonna say is, you see the tendrils move, and you see
Oh.
that the spikes on the tendrils are dripping something.
oh no.
Like when the thing drips and falls to the ground, you hear,
Oh, but it's not blood.
no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's
Yes.
worse.
Gail, you're all now out of the van, thanks to Sage's help. So what are you all going to do? Grab a pizza
wanna
cutter
catch
from the van and go to town?
I got a pipe. I'm following Darcy, but if I see these things dripping, this was going into D&D. I look for something that you can use like a shield.
I mean, you can try to finish ripping out of one of the doors off and use that as some form of shield.
I mean, yes, Darcy will kill me, but also yes.
I feel like Darcy's very focused right now, so that'll be a later conversation.
Make a grit or a fight roll for me.
You can always blame the tentacles.
Sure, the tentacle came by.
The difficulty of this one at any. Enough. You put your foot against the van, and this thing has taken enough of a beating that it's almost out of the hinge. Just pop it out and grab it.
And I just dash to get up to where Darcy is, holding
And
her.
I'm gonna need fight rolls from both of you.
Oh.
From Gail, I'm gonna difficulty of yours at 10. And Darcy's yours is gonna be a 14.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Ooh. That's nice. I explode. 19.
Okay. My 20 exploded.
Exploding on a D12.
How much, Darcy?
Altogether?
Mm-hmm.
35. She's very angry.
Gail, you see Darcy moving in a way that you almost see the spirit of John Wick invading her. She is moving forward with a vengeance, and she is not paying attention to the danger around her. There is a viciousness in her body language that I've never seen before. But she's not paying attention to the dangerous tendrils moving towards us. You pretty much step in the way and use the pipe and the door to just whack them away. And you manage to give Darcy full cover for the entire thing. Darcy, with that overwhelming success, I'm going to give you the control to tell me what happens to these two poor unfortunate souls.
Excellent. The first thing she will do is she slams the crowbar on the wrist of whoever's holding that book, like just straight down on that wrist.
A horrible snap, and the book drops, and the wrist just breaks and just goes fully limp.
Excellent. And then I think the next shot is basically she's shooting lower to see if she can like get even just most of that first person into the well. And she doesn't care if half of it's left. She just kind of cracks against
you hit the back. There's another crack. They fall forward. Face hits the edge of the well, and they just crumple down. You don't hear a splash when it falls, and when it falls in, you hear a crunch, and then another, and then another.
Her smile gets larger with each crunch. Now there's another cultist there, right?
Yes.
I like think Darcy turns around with a deranged smile on her face.
You look at your door in Gail's hands and realize that it's been shredded.
Her eyes go black. And she just with one, like almost like at the side, like across her body swipe, just all her force into the head of the second.
I'm going to ask a question. Is it a swing to hit with the curved part, or is it a stab with the long, let's call the long side, long end of the...
She flips it so it's the curve. Like with absolute full intention.
Oh, you're intending to bludgeon, not stab.
Well, no, stab. Whatever would stick in there.
You go for the straighter part, not the...
Yeah, the curve. Yes. Yeah.
You flip and you just go and just hear... and you see, Gail, that this thing went through the woman's eye. And it's just hanging. You see Darcy kind of pull on the thing. It's stuck in the skull. And just finishes pulling and also falls into the well. And there's another crunch. In fact, you hear, it's almost like there's something in the well anticipating it as the blood drips down. And as the body begins to fall, you see a giant mouth come out and crunch it and pull it down into the well.
Is the beam of light still there?
Yes, it's coming from the mouth. It's almost like a spotlight on whatever it's going to eat.
Every time it chomps, does the light go off and on?
It blinks off.
That was a terrifying question.
For a moment, there are moments when the light changes to a red tint. As there's something of a spray, a mist hanging in the air.
I think Darcy's just...
Gail, you notice that the door falls in 3 pieces from your arm. The vines have shredded this thing.
Can I pick up the... Is Gail smart enough to not touch the book? Nah, I don't pick up the book.
You sure?
God damn it.
We love it. Are you sure?
We love it.
It's sitting there.
I don't know if he's smart enough to nudge it with his foot rather than pick it up, but let me find out. I'm just going to do an odds and evens.
Make a brains roll. Let's have it with a brains roll. Put a difficulty of this at
it's
10.
Still a D4.
I'm going to put a difficulty at 10.
It is a 3.
I think Gail sees the book and sees a moment that maybe this is a way of getting ahead of this.
I was just trying to see if it had I don't know how to turn it off.
The troubleshooting section.
Yeah.
You grab the book and a new symbol appears on your arm.
Help! My apocalyptic hellscape isn't shutting down properly.
I Google how to not get random tattoos.
You also see that figure of light in your, almost in like your periphery, and you don't see, again, it's that periphery, so you can't see it fully, but you almost can see like a movement of hum. And it's in where you're standing. The direction where they are is heading towards the monolith.
Holding the book. I don't know if does he notice that a new symbol appears? Is it on the other arm?
Yes, you feel it, and it's an intense burn on your arm.
I look at Darcy and the others, and I just go, "You seen him too?"
You see this figure of light in your periphery. There is an urgency in the motion.
I just start running that way towards him.
You're muted.
Yeah, you need to follow him. I know. I was like, oh.
What's Sage doing?
Gail bolts towards him, puts 2 and 2 together, the monoliths in that direction, bolts that way.
you bolt towards the monolith, and
Towards that's where the figure was, right? Towards the
Yes.
monolith.
yeah, because in your periphery, when you turn your head, that's the direction. So you kind of assume that's the way to go. And in fact, when you turn your head, it's still in your periphery, but the motion stops.
If I'm running towards it, do I see out the corner of my eye, like he's not still gesturing? It's not like
No,
no,
once you
the other way.
turn in the right direction, it doesn't gesture anymore.
Yeah, then I run towards the monolith.
Mhm.
Don't know when I decided to.
Wendy, you're also seeing this this going on. What are Wendy and Sage doing as you all begin to move, but the things are still coming for you? Are you taking any weapon, flinging tarot cards?
I mean, so there's probably a considerable gap between Gail, Darcy, and
Yeah, it's a
Wendy
gap
Sage.
that Gail can jump.
Wow! I didn't even go for that one.
God said that. That was a God
God
burn.
The
God
heavens
wants me to
opened up.
jump. I turn around and I jump.
Yeah. No, but with all that, in that moment, like in that situation, Wendy knows, like, okay, now is not the time to be petty and shitty. Let's put that aside for the moment. Just turns to Sage and goes, "All right, they did their thing. We should probably join up. There's a lot of. I know you can get dangerous.
We need to go to the Devil's Lake. That's okay.
Yeah.
Let's just do that.
Yes, let's do that. But like, can you take lead? Because I know you. I don't know. I get you. Whatever the heck, you have reflexes. You have reactions. You can get dangerous. Less so for me. Can you take lead?
Yeah,
I trust you. I have faith in you that you can do this.
Yeah, I can do it. My dad taught me a lot.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
that's-
Please protect me.
How
This is the
how
buddy
did your
movie I
parents
want.
get together? That still doesn't. You know what?
Nobody knows.
They fell in love.
You are rushing towards the monument. Wendy and Sage are in the back and trying to catch up with Wendy having asked Sage to take the lead.
Yeah, just that sort of. I know you're more dangerous than me. Please, because it's not hard to be more dangerous than Wendy in a fight.
I'm going to ask you all to make a flight roll for me.
Oh no.
Those, or you can do a fight roll instead. I'm going to put the difficulty on this off at 7.
Say fight or flight.
Yeah.
It's fight or flight.
It's gonna have to be flight, because with fight I can't make that.
I mean, if you explode dice, yeah.
I exploded my flight.
Yes.
What was the DC?
7.
Yes.
Spend 2
12.
adversity tokens to get to 7.
Okay.
Well, that is enough then. And Darcy?
I'm upset because it's just 7 and that's my highest roll. Like, I'm offended at my die right now. How could you do this to me?
You're all basically running, avoiding, pretty much doing a bit of rope jumping as the tendrils begin to try to grab at your feet. At one point, you have to lunge to a side as one of those creatures, almost like reptiles, these raptor-like things that emerge from the giant foot, come after you. They very much look almost like very more chunkier and chubbier versions of the Jurassic Park, like velociraptors, but they have like triple jaws, and their claws look like human hands, and they seem to elongate when they're trying to lunge at you to grab you. But you whack them away or hit them with a crowbar or with a pipe and just keep running.
Why are you
And you
giving
see
us the Master Raptors?
You see the gunner.
No, nothing. Just
Sorry?
He said, "Why are you giving us Elastiraptors?"
Make another flight roll for me, please.
Oh,
Damn Well, it exploded again. It exploded again. No, wait, that's a 1. Never mind. So it's a 9 total.
Oh, that's enough. You almost get strangled by an Elastiraptor.
damn.
Ooh,
That's fair.
You've
That's
managed
fair.
to push it away and keep running towards the monument. It is almost a sea of calm in this chaotic environment. More around you begins to shift into this paint like reality. But the area just near the monument is still. You reach the monument and you are in almost like a safe bubble. But you already notice that that bubble is slowly shrinking.
Does it seem to be actively preventing things from reaching us, or is it just that they're not coming near it?
No, you see tendrils and even the shadows move towards and they're being blocked away. You don't see a barrier or something. You just see
Okay.
that it's moving towards you, but inching instead of rushing in.
Okay.
And it's beginning to surround the area.
So Wendy, I think, would probably notice that Gail's holding the book. Look at it, like, okay, do something with it.
well, I was trying not to interrupt. I'm trying to focus on the monument in order to see the peripheral man. You have
Don't see him
further
anymore.
Gestures.
You don't see him anymore.
I try touching the monument with the book in my hand.
I was also going to touch the monument because when we got there,
Come touch the dick with me.
The monument doesn't react. There is a hum, pretty much in sync with the crowbar that Darcy has, but there is no reaction.
come on.
Hey. Darcy,
Yeah.
hold this.
What? Yeah, she'll legit just okay.
You're holding a book?
Yeah.
Does it resonate with you? There's like a hum.
It's a musty old book.
Yeah, it's kind of a gross book.
Smack it with the crowbar.
Oh, sure. Wait, let me just wipe the crowbar off a little.
Let's have a look at it first.
I mean, okay, I can just hit it when you're done looking at it,
Right? Like,
and she'll hand it over.
maybe it's like
as she's handing it over, I grab her arm with the book still in it, and I turn it and I try to see if I can see a mark on her.
Oh, Mark.
Okay, Gail. What is happening here? Wendy, Wendy, here. Why don't you have the book, Gail? What is happening?
He like looks at Darcy and Sage and goes, "Look," like holds out his arm.
Oh,
Dale, you hear a voice saying, "Throw the book out. Throw the book out."
Throw it out. Throw it out. Throw it out. Throw the book out. Throw the book out. Throw it out. Throw it out there. Just get rid of it. Wait, does it sound like the same voice I heard before?
You just hear a voice. It sounds like a whisper. You can't really identify who it might be.
Do I trust? Does the voice sound trustworthy?
Does the random whisper sound trustworthy? Yes, it logs in, gives you its credentials, says,
I would like to
"Trust
do
me,
a
I'm the
vibe
authority."
check.
Does it have two-factor
Make
authentication?
a brains roll.
I'm so good at this.
The check is going to be a 10.
3.
You
Throw the book out. Throw
blurt out.
just keep repeating.
Wendy's already reading
just to be clear, am I the only one hearing that?
Hearing that.
Hearing what?
The instructions.
Flipping through the book, what's in it?
At this moment, Gail still has the book.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought I handed it to Darcy.
Darcy has the book.
all right. Then I would I feel like, if Gail's just yelling, throw it out, but she's not sure. So if possible, I would like it to be as she was like handing it to Wendy, hearing like to toss it.
Just
So
to be
I
clear,
feel yeah.
there's a voice. There's a voice saying to throw the book out.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Wendy, why don't you take a quick look, but then maybe you can throw it out. Like just take a quick look, like do a brief through, like look at the table of contents, and then we could maybe toss it. Maybe I don't very comfortable with this book.
Well, it's a bad book.
yeah, because everything else is so fucking comfortable right now.
Okay. I mean,
Not our first rodeo. Not the first rodeo.
You open the book and it's a strange language. There are some notes in like the margins that would be almost like the beginning of a cipher to try to, decipher the language. But using it to read is going to take some effort.
Can I look over your shoulder?
That will be a brains roll if you want to go for
I
it.
would love to go for that. I will roll.
That's going to be a 15 difficulty on the brains roll.
Get it. I believe in you.
Nope. It's my D20.
Paige, would you like to take a crack at it?
Yeah, I did a 17.
I'm going to say something that I didn't say when I asked you to roll. For Wendy, the difficulty for you was 15. For Sage, the difficulty was 5.
Can we switch our
Sage.
roles?
Sage, you didn't know, but Sage, when you look at it, you recognize this language. You know that members of the family there are some members of the family, including your mom, that are very much into finding like old books from like ancient civilizations and just different. Your mom always has a fascination with the linguistics, and she is. You know that she used to be like a Spanish teacher, a French teacher. She taught English. She is a lover of language, and she's always has this thing of finding like ancient languages. And you were kind of, there were moments in your childhood where you've learned stuff from like old texts. Mostly it's just legends and stories from places that time has forgotten. This is one of them. You find this book and you recognize the language.
Interesting.
And you clearly you find the passages that kind of describe what is going on, and you think you can undo it.
Can I have the book a second? I understand this.
Wait. Okay. What do you mean interesting? How can you read this gibberish?
It's not gibberish.
You read it and you find that you need to perform a sacrifice.
Oh, okay.
Sacrifice to open the door. A sacrifice needs to
Close it again.
Yes.
Damn. We already fed the sacrifices.
It doesn't state what kind of sacrifice. It says a sacrifice. I will allow you to make a brains roll to see if you can, find a bit more information.
Yes. 16.
16, that's more than enough. Looking at the let's call it the vibe of the book and examples that are given and more of those notes around the margins, it doesn't mean life. It doesn't necessarily mean, kill someone, like a human sacrifice or blood. It's sacrifice something that matters to you. Or, the person using it needs to offer up something that matters to them. It could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be mental, spiritual. Something needs to be given. To be offered.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to start this ritual then.
Wait.
I know what I need to do to stop this. Something needs to be sacrificed. Something, no someone.
Oh,
Something.
Gail, you hear an urgent voice in your head says, "She's going to die. Get rid of the book. It's your only hope."
Sage?
Hmm?
Wait, it's just no one else can hear that voice.
No,
No.
I think I can if I
It says
try
if you
to-
do that, you're going to die. We need to get rid of the book.
But that's not what
Wait.
the book says.
The bad
Yeah.
book that summoned all the bad things.
And it's not a bad book. I understand the language. It's just
What if it's just a book and it's what you do with what's in the book that determines what's better? I mean, many things are in and of themselves not. The book doesn't have a morality. It's just a book.
for once I
I mean,
agree with you.
Yeah,
Wendy and
that's a
Sage on the
really-
same page.
That's
could
too
be
many
hearing-
levels right now.
I could be hearing a bad voice, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay. Would you like me to put the book down for a moment?
I don't think we have a lot of time, but we need
Okay.
to make a decision.
So I'm going to put the book down outside, like away from them, the dick.
Are you going to put it outside of the barrier?
If there is a barrier there, yes,
Uh,
but I
hey.
don't see one.
I
That's
have
what it
a
wants.
thought.
That's what it wants. If it's bad, it wants you to do that.
Hey, hey, Gail, that thing you got on your arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you're the only one hearing a voice, and it's a voice that seems to want to like have the book be free.
Yeah, Gail, about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I put it on the
What's
floor?
the-
Do I not put it on the floor, guys?
No, how about we? Not yet.
I'd hold
Gail?
out my arms to
Yeah.
Wendy.
Wendy's
This
gonna
one
grab
It was
your
the
arms.
last rodeo. This is the new rodeo.
Okay. Wendy's gonna grab both arms, just kind of like drag you over to Sage and go, "All right, you managed to read the weird shit in the book. Do you know what this is?"
Hey, we match though. Gail like points at the one that everybody has.
I don't have that new one.
No, I got this one. I picked up the book.
The one that he has now is it's essentially, I would say, a hexagram, but it's really two triangles that you can clearly see because of the line. Two triangles are kind of intersecting.
Mm-hmm.
One going down, one going up.
Yeah.
And
Sage,
does
have
it?
you seen anything like this before? I mean, you can read that language in the book.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Does it look like something that's in the book?
No, it's not in the book.
Mm.
Then again, a lot of the book, even the cover, everything is so musty and faded. The pages, like they're brittle at the edges. At some point, it could have been a part of the book. You don't know. There seem to be
Mhm.
even pages missing.
Mhm.
You're not
Mhm.
sure.
Okay, but
You all do know so far all the markings that you've received, none of them have been bad.
And they all seem to come from the dick that saved us many times.
We got the dick mark. Dick mark.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually on this arm.
I mean, should I just hit the book with my crowbar a couple times? That would help.
no.
Down for hitting the book with the crowbar. Crowbar seems like it's a good thing.
Well, okay, wait. Sage,
Mhm.
do we need the book for whatever steps should deal with this?
I would say yes. It tells me how to stop it.
What if you tear
Um,
those pages out?
Why don't we give it a try, and if nothing happens, we can feed the book to the void.
Okay, I can do that.
So, Sage, what will you offer?
Goes to sit next to goes to stand and lean against the monument because he's really conflicted.
I am going to sacrifice. Can I sacrifice my mother's love for me?
I think no.
No. Okay.
You only sacrifice something of yours.
Of mine. Okay. So
I will accept if you wish to sacrifice your love for your parents.
no, I love my dad. And as far as I'm aware, I love my mom as well. So, oh no, you know
About
what?
your ability to read the tarot cards.
I was just about to say I will sacrifice my tarot cards.
Not gonna be a. You know full well that that's just a material possession.
Mm,
You're trying to contain a transplanar evil.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It needs to be a meaningful sacrifice. Someone you know full well someone gave their own life to start this. I have an offer for you.
Okay.
Oh no.
Sacrifice your love for Darcy. You will never again feel anything romantic towards Darcy. Ever again. You'll be a friend, but nothing
Okay.
beyond that.
Okay. Yeah, because they are more important. I'd rather these guys live, and yeah, no, I can sacrifice my love. Yeah.
You just think it. Hale, the mark disappears from your hand and appears on Sage's. The book crumbles to dust. And from the monolith, the figure encased in light appears. The one you've been seeing in your periphery. It is a young man, late 20s, early 30s, maybe. Quite literally a man out of time. He is dressed in very old style clothing. As I mentioned, much like just a tunic and leggings. What look to be like pouches are on his waist. And he comes to you, Sage, and just pats you on the back, like leans forward and just kisses the top of your head, and begins to walk forward and stops by you, Wendy, and just extends his hand to you.
Like overall body language seems calm and
He's even smiling. It's a bit difficult to look at him straight for too long because he is like irradiating in this light. But the light there's warmth to it.
I would say because Wendy is quite observant, has clued into not necessarily directly what just happened, but some part of what's going on, will reach out and take the hand.
Take the hand. He grips it and smiles at you and shakes your hand. And as he does, you feel that burn in your spine move and travel up your shoulder, down your arm, and then in the back of her hand, you see the same brand that they have. He gives you a nod, turns around, and begins to walk into the darkness. And as you see the tendrils wrap around him, the things begin to bite him. And as he just steps through, the darkness consumes him. And there is a moment of a pause where the only thing that can be heard is your breathing and the sound of rustling of the grass under your feet, the leaves on the trees. The only thing you can see is each other with that solitary tear falling down Sage's cheeks for some reason. He probably won't be able to tell you what she sacrificed, as it no longer exists. But as things become quiet, with only the red moon hanging overhead, you see it cracking. Hair appears on it, and then just the sheer brightness of that beautiful full moon just erupts as the shadows are completely dispelled and the figure is standing in the middle of it. He steps forward again into the space where you are, and things have now calmed down. But once again you feel like there's this hum of power coming from the monolith. And he's just like bows down and picks the remaining ash from the ground from what used to be the book. Takes your hands, it just like puts his cupped hands in front of you to like put the ashes in your hands. The ashes fall in your hands and he closes your hands around them. And you hear a whisper in your ear saying, I admire your choice. And you feel suddenly something growing between your palms as your hand almost begin to be pulled apart and a brand new book appears in your hands. And the book has the same branding that you have in your arm now on its cover. And you see that as you're standing there with it, the monolith, the crowbar, and the book resonate. You have obtained your own very little tool in this endeavor that you often find yourself in. With that, I reveal a final card. Glowing figure sometimes appears in the corner of your vision. Tonight, it stands before you. And the figure stands before you. And just looking at all of you, there's almost like an amused look in his face. Almost like he knows that you may have like 100 questions. But he looks at you and says, you each have one. I mean, a question, if you wish to ask anything. You each have one.
Okay.
I may also mean that there is something like that for each and one of you have been marked.
I know what my question is. I don't know what was sacrificed. I don't know that I need to know. Can it be regained?
That's the thing about sacrifice. It must be given up freely. Otherwise, it has no meaning. Something was sacrificed. Respect the choice. Honor it. Even though those who made the sacrifice may not even remember what they gave up. Just know that something was given.
Maybe it's better that way.
He looks at you and he says, I know what you seek in the world and in life. You will find it. But surround yourself with others. And as I said, there is something out there for you to find.
I guess I'll go looking.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is he actually my brother?
That is a secret. When it's time, you'll know.
Okay.
But I ask you, does it matter?
No.
How do we? I have a question.
Yes.
How do we stop this shit from happening?
You can't. This is what this place is. Sometimes it's nightmares. More often than not, it's just wonder. Haven't you all found wonder and adventure? Moments when your lives have taken swings and turns. What this place offers. Chance for more. Take it as it comes. If you don't like it anymore, you can always leave. The beauty of this place is contained to this place. For good or ill.
That's what those things are for, fighting it.
Fighting, protecting. They're tools. Tools, as someone very wisely said, tools have no morality.
Guys, I've got to get me a tool.
We'll find it. I foresee you may need to sacrifice something before you get it.
So these conversations, we can all hear them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's speaking very freely to all of you.
Wendy is at that point just going to mutter under her breath that Gail already is a tool. But just to herself.
The figure's eyes go to you for a moment and wink.
Is there a pepperoni still stuck to me somewhere? Because I want to flick it at her.
There's sufficient marinara sauce on all of you to do that.
Under my breath.
Flick it at her face.
I'm so glad you said that because I was thinking that. Not in character. I was just like, someone's going to say that.
And he's just now looking at Darcy.
Okay. So I know there's like lots of important questions I guess I could ask, and I feel Gail really covered the base. So I guess, what about my van?
That one? And he points and it's perfectly intact.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's right.
Is that what you wanted to ask?
I mean, it's the only thing that came in my head right now. I've been through a lot. I'm going on a lot of adrenaline. I think that's my question. I don't want to be greedy.
Okay. Well, the van is there.
Hey, and she's gonna try to hug him.
He takes the hug and gives you a hug.
You.
It is
okay.
It is the warmest hug you had in your life. It is your parents' hug when you're stressed and you just need a rock to hold on to, times 10.
I'm sure it's just that I like the van, and it probably doesn't have any deeper emotional meaning to me that I should probably unpack someday. It's just a van, and I like it. I like a lot, so it's just a van. It's
He whispers in your ear, and only you can hear this.
Huh.
It's okay to love the van.
you see her smile like she just received like the best like benediction blessing. Yeah. Okay. A weight's off her shoulders.
You see him begin to almost like flicker out, like dimming, and says, "Seems my time is up. Well, talking about me would take too long. Let's just say I make the Gunderson monolith my home. It was named after me, after all." And go, and he walks into it, and just you hear almost like a last murmur of, "Please don't call it the devil's dick."
Oh, oh, he knows everybody. Oh no, he knows.
That was Gail's reaction to, you know what it gets called.
How much does Wendy know about the history of this place, given her own?
The monument has always been here, as far as you know.
Yeah.
As far as everyone knows, the town that it predates the town.
Okay.
And it's part of like at least 7 different urban legends. Like it lights up during the like solstices and equinoxes. It lights up. Every time something weird happens, the monolith is somehow involved. There's legends of figures, shadows being seen dancing around it under torchlight.
Probably my family.
Yeah,
Chance.
probably.
There are it is a central point in it. Almost has as many legends around it as the cornfield do. The cornfields are just more drastic in their stories and much more of a landmark for visitors.
Yeah.
Well, this is the landmark that the locals really all keep learning about.
Wendy's gonna start to, or make a note to start looking into, in more detail, into why it's called what it's called. Just like for the sort of, okay, now I really need to know. Before it was just a curiosity, now it's a driving need.
Darcy will she rolls up her sleeve, and on her right arm is where she has her like obelisk tattoo brand, and she'll be like, "So I guess you're in the club now, Wendy."
What the fuck?
That is actually probably the best response I've heard about this.
Mhm.
There's more and more of us.
I'm gonna need like 3 pizzas
Ah.
to digest this explanation, because it's gonna take time, I think.
That I can do.
But
I
I
think
will pay
the
you.
most shocking thing for Wendy about this experience is that the supernatural is real.
Yeah.
And Sage was right.
Oh,
The fact that Sage was right about something is the part that makes the least sense of it all. It's just like, yeah, tentacle monsters, whatever, but Sage was right. God damn it.
We pull our camera away from this scene as you're all heading towards the van and driving away for pizza and comfort, and perhaps look at the rest of the art exhibits, as the town must have returned to normal.
Gail will hug Sage because that voice was telling him that she was going to die, and he was real worried. So like he'll go over and hug her and then just whisper like, "Fucking reckless, man. But I'm glad you're okay."
Aww.
There is something that I need to tell Gail. Before the shadows vanished, before everything was dissipated and returned to normal, that same voice that was urging you to throw the book out once more speaks to him, goes, "You worthless sack of shit. You will die alone and forgotten, like the waste you know you are. When you do, I will be there, laughing. I will meet you soon, August."
Mostly offended that it used my name. He doesn't say anything to anybody.
We pull our
there any
camera
sort of
away
visible-
from that, and we head for a moment, as an epilogue of sorts, towards that alley where it all began, where now it's all clean and the images are just images of beautiful landscapes and ancient vistas of time gone by. A figure approaches the wall where Werner's body was taken, puts a hand against it, the image ripples, and what looks like Werner's body comes out. And as it comes out, it crumbles and becomes a crystal sphere. And a voice is heard saying, "Good, we are ready." And that is where we end this story. Thank you, Diane, for joining us
Thank you. Yay.
on this game. And so before we go, and until we return next time, Diana, can you tell our viewers where you can be found in the dark corners of the internet?
Well, let's not go into the dark corners, but yes, hi, I'm Dan. I am basically just Balrog 1911 everywhere on the internet that is relevant. So if you want to check out what I'm up to, Twitter is basically the best place to go because whatever I'm up to, I will always mention there. Twitch is a bit erratic right now because a lot of change is happening in life.
At the moment of recording, Twitch is going through things.
Yeah, and I am going through things, and a lot of things are going through things. And basically, I have no plan.
Megan.
Megan, you can find me on Twitter at QuiNot. I'm starting to stream again on Twitch, and that's Murphy Pop Art. I'm not normally eating weird candy corn. Usually it's just like drawing and like chill, copyright free beats. But we'll see.
Candy may happen.
Candy may happen, yeah. And if you like Monster of the Week actual play, strange stuff happened in a small town, check out $2 Creature Feature. It's released every other Tuesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
Nick.
I'm Nate. You can find me on Twitter as Tiniest Sidekick, and you can catch me on the Lawful Geeks channel on Twitch, playing all sorts of games, usually D&D on a Sunday.
Jade.
Hi, I'm Jade. You can find me on Twitter at JJ_squishy1990. And again, on Sundays, you see us playing D&D on the Lawful. And where I play a fire genasi called Will, who is a chef/cleric/ weirdo.
Whatever comes later.
Yeah.
So that's going to be it for us. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back with more from Europa and another Kernel of Mystery soon.